seasoned adventure travelers who have tamed their own world, take exotic journeys on paths of discovery. Hosted by Cheryl Teagues. Pathfinder's Exotic Journeys is brought to you by the exciting new Nissan Pathfinder.
Welcome to Pathfinders. When a Hollywood director wants a jungle scene, an entire set is built so that nature doesn't interfere with the movie making. But what happens when that same director goes into a real jungle? Well, that's what we'll find out on today's adventure as we take some of Hollywood's hottest filmmakers into the middle of the Costa Rican rainforest. Costa Rica is a land bridge between North and South America. As a result, this Central American country is as rich in wildlife variety as any place in the world. Here, a patient explorer can spot over 500,000 different plants and animals in a country smaller than West Virginia. Our first guests are two young adventurers in the world of film. The Hughes brothers, Albert and Alan, directed Menace to Society when they were just 20 and followed it with their first major studio production, Dead Presidents. Now, at age 23, they're blazing a successful trail through Hollywood.
My name is Alan Hughes, and I'm a twin, part of the Hughes brothers directing team. We have separate jobs when we're directing, and I take care of the camera work, he'll take care of the actors on the set, and then outside of that, we both take care of everything. We've been making movies since we were 12. Yeah, we're mischievous when we were little. What do you call it? We got in a lot of trouble. We got a home video camera from my mother, the first camera we got, and we just started shooting little movies. We set our Fort house on fire and then filmed that. Anyway, we got these cameras, these Super 8 cameras, and you gotta see, our point of view of this trip on film, which is interesting.
Guest is composer Danny Elfman. He's the founder of the rock group Boingo Boingo and has written hundreds of songs, including the theme song to The Simpsons. Accompanying Danny is his friend Livia Corona. Danny is also a friend of the Hughes brothers, having composed the music for their feature, Dead Presidents.
When I first started working with them, I couldn't tell who was who. Obviously, they're the youngest directors I've ever worked with, and working with two instead of one made it a pretty unique experience. Usually dealing with one personality is all you ever deal with when you're a composer. And here was kind of two personalities, but like a doubled version of the same thing.
We've never been in Central America, and I hear that Costa Rica is the best kept secret in the world as far as travel. And we're out here trying to find some interesting goings-on. Is that a word?
What's it like working with Alan and Albert? It's a trip.
On this trip, we'll explore the rainforests of Braulio Carrillo National Park, then head northwest to Lake Arenal and the Arenal volcano, and finally to the northern border and the waterways of Cano National Park. Costa Rica means rich coast and was anointed that by Christopher Columbus in 1502. However, this rich coast had little of the gold and silver prized by the Europeans, so it was virtually ignored during the exploitation of the colonial era. Not until the 1800s was Costa Rica widely settled and developed. Today, it is known as the Switzerland of Central America, democratic, highly educated, and well-run. And as a destination for adventure travelers, it's got everything. Active volcanoes, great fishing and hiking, and rainforests that are home to an extraordinary number of animal species. Next up, a bird's eye view of a tropical rainforest through the twin lenses of the Hughes brothers.
This is a tropical rainforest. By far, this is one of the rainiest places in the world. Here it rains more than 20 feet of rain a year.
Francisco Chamberlain is the superintendent of the Braulio Carrillo tramway.
So the idea in this property is to not just walk on the trails, but to take people up to the canopy. They're about 100 feet up in the canopy, which is the most diverse ecosystem in this forest. So in the aerial tram, you will go through all the different layers of forest, starting from the ground to the middle, even up on top of the trees. So you will have the chance to see all the different habitats. Hopefully we could see some animals. You have to keep in mind that animals are experts in hiding, and they have evolved in order not to be seen by other predators like humans.
One of the reasons there is so much to see here is that belief in preservation runs very high in Costa Rica. There are wildlife and biological preserves all over the country, in the mountains, at the beaches, and in the rainforest. Over 25% of the land is protected, either by the government or by individuals. No country in the world comes close to that level of environmental protection.
But I've heard that there's like animals, and we're looking for like animals.
These towers were put in with helicopters, so not to chop down any forest. Because the idea here is so you could see the forest the way it has been forever.
Oh, it's a fantastic idea. It really is the perfect way to see a rainforest, isn't it?
And this is the only place in the world where you can do that.
Some of the guys saw a snake in the vines right in front of you to your left side.
Oh, really?
Oh, there he is.
Where?
This is the little vines there.
I see that little tiny.
The skinny one.
It's real tiny. That little thing right there,
Yeah.
the green thing? I saw that a long time ago.
Oh, my goodness.
I guess we better go home then if we're going to get bit by snakes.
Oh, there's a woodpecker on the tree, right back in there. We know some places very close to here have more than 500 species of birds. So it's an amazing biodiversity in such a small area.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So now we're going back, but we're going back at a higher altitude. So we're going to go through the top of the canopy. We can see the trees from above. There's some mammals that live all their lives in the canopy, never come down to the ground. You can see capuchin monkeys, white-faced monkeys. They break these plants and drink the water in them. So they don't even go down to the ground to drink water.
I heard they filmed Congo down there. I'm looking for that big ape, that white one. The rainforest was nice. It was really nice. Really lush and green and real tropical, all that stuff. Well, I went to Disneyland the other day ago, and they didn't, you know that big airlift thing? What's that thing? You know, where they take you around? Yeah. They took that ride out. It's been gone a year, and I found out that's what they did. They brought all that stuff down here. That's what we were riding. We were riding through the rainforest with those little people movers.
You will all of you Earthmen will die before I am done with you. You will be sorry that you came to this place.
I knew I was coming here, and I was going to look for the tribesmen in the north, but it turned out that that was Cambodia, not Costa Rica, and I kind of got it wrong. A man shooting a man shooting a man. It goes on forever. Think about it. There you go. Come on.
Yeah, can be.
Sure. Well, tell me, do I need a bigger horse? Is that okay?
It's not a big deal how big it is.
Whoa. I'm a totally nocturnal animal. I don't like daylight. I have about a 15-minute tolerance in direct sunlight. Oh, relief. Relief. But dodging the sun is something I'm used to. I spent a year crossing through Central Africa, Zaire, in the Ituri forest. I became pretty adept at being at hot places but avoiding direct sunlight. When you're actually in a deep forest, that's actually not a problem. It's only when you're out in fields trying to get to them that becomes a problem.
Vámonos, caballero!
Wow, you don't take any chances there. I like the rainforest. I definitely want to see more of what the interior of a rainforest would feel like, or like a deep rainforest situation. When we were hiking through, I felt like we were hearing some of the sounds of the forest, but I definitely get the feeling that if you want to hear the rainforest, you have to come back at night, because that's when most of the animals come out.
Wow. Looks like a dragon. Watch out for that big snake right there.
Okay, scare them up.
Now film these ants carrying